Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning, about ready to wrap up the week before Thanksgiving. Starting off pretty clear this morning in most locations. There are a few extra clouds right in here in northern Nebraska this morning, but most of us actually have quite a bit of clear skies to start things off. And we'll see what clouds we do have continue to clear up as the day goes on. Winds through most of the day a bit brisk or breezy out of the west and northwest. They'll start to die down late this afternoon and early this evening, but then they'll actually pick back up later tonight after midnight out of the northwest as a cold front sags south in the area. It's not a real well-defined cold front, but what it basically does is just reinforce the cold air in place for one more day on Saturday. We'll also see a few extra clouds come in late tonight, early tomorrow morning across the northern half or so of the area. Those clouds might stick around tomorrow morning, especially in northeast Nebraska, but then diminish and clear out by tomorrow afternoon. So plenty of sunshine, especially the farther south and west you go. Winds could be quite strong. I'll back this up real quick. Watch the arrows here. The winds are going to be pretty strong out of the northwest tomorrow. Then they'll die down tomorrow night. In fact, they'll turn southwesterly by Sunday morning, and they'll begin to pick back up on Sunday itself, and that's going to help to finally usher in some warmer air. Now, tomorrow night looks quiet, clear. Lots of sunshine expected heading into our Sunday. So another brutally cold day today. Highs in the upper 20s and lower 30s. Factor in the winds, wind chill values, single digits and teens most of the day. Tonight, not as cold as this morning, but still chilly out there. Mid to upper teens and lower 20s. And then tomorrow, another chilly day, especially in the northeast where you'll get that colder air still in place there. Upper 20s. Low to mid 30s, a little bit better in the southwest, lower 40s there. Tomorrow, speaking of, we have of course, the final Husker home game of the season. If you are heading to Memorial Stadium tomorrow, dress warm. It is going to be a brutally cold day out there. Temperatures in the upper 20s and lower 30s, but the winds will be blowing, so factor that wind in. Wind chills in the the teens and low 20s during the game. There will be some clouds earlier in the day. They'll clear out as the day goes on, though. But yeah, just bundle up. It is going to be a brutally cold day out there in Memorial Stadium. Hopefully you're on the sunny side of things to at least get some sun to warm you up a little bit, especially later in the day. But yeah, those winds, they will be blowing. We'll see how that affects the passing game for each team. Well, temperatures tomorrow night then down into the mid to upper teens and lower 20s again. And then there it is, finally, Sunday, finally getting those milder temperatures to return. Upper 40s, low to mid 50s. It will be a breezy day on Sunday. Those winds out of the southwest will be kind of strong, but that's what's going to help to kind of kick that cold air out of here and finally warm things up a little bit. And as you look long range, we will be seeing those milder temperatures for the first half of next week as the low and mid 50s come in back into play here. Maybe a touch cooler on Monday as a very weak cold front dives through, so it'll be a little cooler. Not as much wind, though, so it'll actually be a pretty decent day on Monday. Monday might feel better than Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, a few more clouds around, but still getting up into the mid 50s. In fact, I've bumped that temperature up for Wednesday now. It looks the timing of that next storm system might be slowing down enough that I think Wednesday will still be fairly mild. Where questions come into play is Thanksgiving Thursday itself. I have included a small chance of snow in the forecast. It does look windy and cooler, but Thanksgiving is still way up in the air, and I'll explain why in just a bit. But first off, after that, it does look like we'll start to warm things back up as we look towards the weekend after Thanksgiving, so it looks like a temporary cool down. But let's jump into some of the forecast models real quick here. Here's the European model. I'm going to skip straight ahead to Wednesday of next week. So there's Wednesday morning. And as we play out Wednesday here, notice the storm system to our south. We'll get an upper level low pressure system, or a low pressure system that will bring rain and snow to those areas here, and it may clip our area by Wednesday night into Thanksgiving Thursday. Northern and then eastern Nebraska could see some snow, and the Tri-Cities would be right on the very edge of this. It's a little up in the air, it's a little iffy right now, and then it pushes to the east and causes a mess in the Great Lakes region by that weekend following Thanksgiving. And it would also be interesting right here, the Nebraska-Iowa game is going to be in Iowa City. We'll see if there's some moisture for that. But again, we're getting a glancing shot of that moisture, but northern and eastern areas would have the best chance of seeing some of that. The GFS forecast model, on the other hand, we'll jump this up to Wednesday here. It keeps the storm system a little farther north and east of us and doesn't really bring too much for impacts to our area, other than some strengthening northwest winds. It will still looks windy on Thursday and maybe a little bit cooler. But for the most part, the moisture misses us. So right now, I'd say, as of right now, worst case scenario looks like a glancing shot of some snow in northern and eastern Nebraska having the worst conditions. And the best scenario is we don't get much of an impact other than a slight cool down and a lot of wind out there. But just keep in mind, the storm system's still 6-7 days away yet. We have some time where we've got to figure that out yet. But so I don't want to get into too many details yet because there is still a lot up in the air. We could see some impacts to travel on Thanksgiving Thursday itself, maybe even into the following day for some of you in eastern Nebraska. There's just too much uncertainty right now, so I don't want to give you too many details. So again, we're just going to call it a small chance of snow for now, and windy and cooler conditions for Thanksgiving Thursday. So continue to watch the forecast, and we'll get things figured out as we get a little bit closer. And real quick for you, just an update, I will be here on Saturday night filling in for David on the 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock news. So if you want more forecast going into the weekend, you can watch me then. But otherwise, I will see you all on Monday. Talk to you all later. Have a good one. Bye.